All right. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm going to try this without my headsets and see how it goes. Yes, I am tired. I did not go to bed till 3 in the morning. Super Bowl, what a great game. What a great game. Both teams played, but of course, being a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, I cannot, will not, shall not, under any circumstances, root for the Eagles. It is a binary sin for Cowboys and Eagle fans to like each other. We're just mortal enemies. That's just the way it's going to be. But the good thing was the Kansas City Chiefs won. It was a close one. I thought that field goal was going to make a difference in the outcome. These kickers missing, what is normally regular field goals is kind of strange to me, but it's just a new phenomenon. I guess that's what happens when you're raised in the era of everybody gets participation trophies. Everybody's a winner. Hey, good morning, Rain Love. How are you? I know I look terrible. I look tired. We rocked it last night. It was that good. And I'm going to get into that real quick. Do me a favor, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I am Donovan Saadiq, the recovering Democrat. I am coming to you live from Sosua, the Dominican Republic. And I'm on ground zero. I'm ground zero, and I'm here to tell you, and if you've seen some of my videos, go to my Facebook page, Donovan Saadiq, and even some of these YouTube channels, you will see, oh, thank you, Rain, thank you. I don't feel it. I drank from about 1 o'clock till about 2 in the morning, just drinking, ribs. I'm trying to fill myself up and, do those tricks to keep yourself going. Because I wanted to be, I definitely don't want to be out of my mind, being here by myself in regards to, what's going on. So never do that. If you are traveling solo, never put yourself in a compromising position on purpose. People try to sell you things, drugs and blue pills and whatever else that's out there. You don't know what they're laced with. You're in another country. It's one thing when you're in your country and you kind of know, what's happening in the neighborhood, who's who and whatever. For the life of me, I will never understand how people could come to another country and buy something of that nature, especially nowadays with everything being laced with fentanyl that can put a damn raging bull down, and I think everything's going to turn out all right. I just don't see how they're going to do that. But a great game for those of you guys that don't know, the Kansas City Chiefs were originally, a lot of people don't know this because, again, they're really not football fans. They're bandwagon fans. The Kansas City Chiefs were originally, when they first formed, were known as the Dallas Texans. So they were the original Dallas team. And then they moved to Kansas City, became the Kansas City Chiefs, and then 1960, the Dallas Cowboys came, and whatever. So it was kind of a win, but not really a win. But it was a very, very good game. So if you guys saw the game, I'm sure you guys were just kind of like, wow. Those Eagle fans, oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. So anyway, if you saw some of my videos, you guys see me during the day. I'm sitting on the main drag, and I am just enjoying myself. I found a little amigo that was playing with me, kept giving me balloons, and his parents were setting up the bars and stuff. The bars were packed. But during the day, I'm already out there early because, it's just me. So I don't really care to do what I got to do. And as I'm sitting there, you see all of these white families walking to and from, enjoying dinner, and I've got a video of it. And yet people say I'm in Sodom and Gomorrah. You didn't see that in the video. You did not see that in the video. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people are putting out false narratives, right? And they just don't know how to hack it because they're bringing their American attitude and value system to a country that they don't really understand. So the night goes on, the game is going, all the bars are packed. They're packed. There's just no doubt. Gringos are everywhere. The Canadians are here. The French are here. The Italians are here. They're bringing their wives. And I'm literally sitting, the bar that I like, which is the same bar that did the boxing, fairly brand new bar. I'm really, good friends with the owner, and the people know me. They call me Suave. They remember me from when I was here last time. They go, "Oh, you're Suave. Yeah, we remember Suave." And they call me that because I'm laid back. I'm never in a rush. I'm easy to talk to. You know what I mean? I'm not girl crazy here. 24 years of military aircrew experience flying around the world. Basically, been there, done that. It's no big deal. Keep it pushing, right? So we're in there and stuff and having a good time. This is where like a lot of the white folks are going, because this is a brand new, fairly nice spot. And it's just packed. And then as the game is about to end, or toward the end of the game, you start seeing the girls come in, right? And they're dressed to the nines, they're dressed to the teeth, whatever. Game is finally over. Now it's time to go outside. You go, and the funny thing is, you go outside and these girls are literally out there waiting for you to pounce. They're waiting, right? Because even when you're in there, they're trying to get your eye. You know how, Rain, you guys know how y'all do. You get that little subtle hint, like, or that smile that says you might be interested. You know what I mean? So, but you walk out and these girls are like ready to pounce. And I'm talking about hundreds of them. They've come from all over, and this is all over the Dominican Republic, wherever there's big European Western men that enjoy football, especially the Americans. So before I go out, I'm sitting next to this young girl who looked really young. She had 2 children. She was 30 years old, but she was very young looking. Showed me her. I said, "Let me see your ID." She shows me her ID. She was 30 years old. I told her I have a son that's older than her, and and I'm not lying. These girls were dressed. Now, there's a trope out there that a lot of YouTube women keep saying about these girls that is totally, it's either not true or it's like, what's the difference? And one of the things is that they say, and I'm not sure if you saw it, Rain, or anything, is, oh, if you go out there, those women just want you for your money. I've never dated a woman that didn't want me for my resources or if I could provide. I mean, Rain, you're a smart woman. Am I right? Come on, be honest. I know you're part of the sisterhood and stuff. You're not part of the foolish sisterhood, but you're a woman. What woman doesn't look at a man for his resources? That's why I was like, that is the stupidest excuse to tell a man that they're out there to use our money. That's what the women do in the United States. It's just that over here, your dollar goes longer and they appreciate it, right? It was crazy. What woman in the world does not want a man to provide for her? And if there are such women, please show me where they're at so I can go there. It was crazy. But we're outside. These women are literally ready to pounce. I mean, they're ready to pounce on you. I mean, they're pulling on you. I mean, it was insane. So I immediately go across the street. And of course, remember I told you guys, when you travel to foreign countries, always, if you smoke or not, I'm not a smoker. I'm not a smoker at all. If you smoke or not, always, oh wait, let me turn this thing down here. This is crazy. I got to go to my clinic appointment, physical therapy. Always have a pack of cigarettes. Always do that, because in these other countries, especially the younger developing countries, especially the poor people, whatever, they like to smoke. And by having cigarettes and offering a cigarette, it shows friendliness on your part, and then they will most likely start a conversation with you, and it gets you out of a lot of trouble. And and it's a good way to meet. It's like a calling card, good way to meet somebody, right? So I go across the street, I pull out my cigarette, and just for props, I'm just sitting there against the wall, holding it like this, and just kind of watching what's going on. And of course, the girl comes up and she's like, "Oh, hey, papi." The biggest thing is here, baby. That's how they'll call out to you, and you'll look and see who they're talking to. And, you know, they'll come up and say, hey, papi, hey, you got cigarette? You give them a cigarette. You light the cigarette. Then they start talking to you. You know, you want girl? You looking for chica? No, 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 no. So me being suave, I sit back, do what I got to do. This is why women are way smarter and sneakier than men. And there's nothing I can do about it, but what was going on last night in the streets on the main drag, white people were involved too, so do not absolve them out there. I met some white guys from America that were done. I'm not talking about older white guys. I'm talking about white guys my age and maybe 10, 15 years younger. They were like done. And there's this one guy I shoot pool with, his name is Parker. Got him a nice little, you know, she's not a beauty queen type. Like, you know, these girls want to look like Cardi B and stuff. She's just a normal looking Dominican woman, you know, common. She's just very plain Jane, very tall, whatever. But he's happy. He's sitting there happy. We're all shooting pool and having a good time, talking where we're from and stuff like that. And no frills, right? No frills. So we're out there and you see, all you can see is these cameras going up in real time filming, just filming what is going on. I mean, the girls are twerking on the dudes and, you know, they're just trying to drum up business, as I call it. And I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, wow, wow. So ladies, because of our stupidity as men, especially these young men, and you can tell these young men did not have their fathers in their lives because they're acting like women in a sense, you know, no accountability women. And I'm not trying to disparage, you know, women because my mother is the best that ever did it. Okay. And she actually did it independently because she lost her husband. My mom is the best woman that has ever done it alone. Okay. Widowed mother. And you're just looking at these guys and you're looking at what's going on. And you know, the men are one thing filming this stuff. So ladies, you're right. This place, you got your wish. In about a year or 3, this place will be shut down. No doubt about it. The Minister of Tourism here is a female. She does not like the depiction of the Dominican Republic as it's depicted on YouTube by various YouTube bloggers. And that's why they are closing the beaches, getting rid of the restaurants on the beaches. They're developing it, bringing in cruise ships, making it a little bit more family friendly. I mean, they've got Punta Cana as a nice resort area. Now they want to make Sosua a semi-decent area. So what's going to happen is that means all of those people that work at those restaurants are going to lose their jobs. The owners are going to, some that can afford it, because a lot of them were squatters, have been squatters for years with their businesses. They've got to go find another place to set up and all this other stuff, which is going to cost them money and they may never recover. And these girls that come up here are going to be either shooed away or it's going to move down to another area, less desirable. You know what I mean? And all because of these men's stupidity, these young men's stupidity. You know, it's like, why do you have to record this? And the funny thing is, there's a girl here that I know, and every time I come here, I always see her. You know, she's a regular, you know, working girl. She's not a working girl. She's a working, you know, regular girl. She's a regular girl. And she was walking on the street, I guess, to work or whatever, and she got depicted. Because I was, you know, I always scan my YouTubes to see what's going on in the world. Because I really watch TV. But I'm scanning through the YouTube channels and I see her in a thumbnail. She's in a thumbnail. And I WhatsApp her and you know, and kind of take a screenshot of it and I show it to her. And she, you know, she doesn't know really kind of understood what was going on. And I said, that's you. And she's like, where is this at? And I said, it's on YouTube, whatever the deal is. And you know, she doesn't want to be seen, but these guys don't care. So I told her, I said, I'll message the guy and ask him if he could use another thumbnail. You know, I can't ask him to take it down. I mean, I could, but if he does or not is irrelevant. And it was a madhouse last night. And the funny thing is, as I'm talking to some of the girls, the girl, before the game ended, this was really funny. They came and sat down next to me, and they were like, "Who's winning?" In my head, I'm like this: does it really matter to you? Because here's how it's going to go. You guys think about this. If the Eagles win, and there were a lot of Eagle fans here, if the Eagles win, the guys are going to get excited and they want to go have fun with the girls, right? No problem. If the Chiefs win, a lot of Chief fans here, they're going to get excited. They want to go have fun with the girls, right? I said, either way it goes, you're going to win. It doesn't matter, and they're like, well, who are you going for? I said, the Chiefs, like that. And they were like, yeah, you're right. It really don't matter. And the funny thing is, they had no interest in American football. They like their sports. They understand baseball. They like soccer, but American football, they were like, they didn't even understand what was going on, but they were like, and again, it was supply and demand. They really didn't care who won as long as they benefited at the end. So long story short, it was a great night. I'm sitting there just watching the buffoonery, and I see a girl I had saw in my last trip, and she's an older lady, and Rosa. But the thing is, Rosa, she was having fun. She's up here to work. And, Rosa was kind of like an older woman with bigger, she was kind of obese. Okay. Still a nice lady, whatever. And I looked at her. We're almost in the exact same spot I had met her last time. I said, Rosa? And she looked and she goes, Suave? Because she was the one that termed me Suave. And I said, oh my God. And we started, talking and went to go get a drink and stuff. And she was a lot smaller, presenting herself and stuff like that. And when I was talking to her, she still, got to work or whatever she's doing. This isn't her primary job. A lot of these girls, it's not a primary job. This is secondary income. Just like if you have OnlyFans in the States, a lot of these girls can't afford OnlyFans here for the fees and all that other stuff. A lot of them can't afford OnlyFans. So just like American girls have OnlyFans, these girls do this type of stuff as secondary type income, right? Sex work is sex work. And so she was up here and she's like, yeah, this is that. She's telling me the story. And she says, well, I had to, lose weight, and, become more, desirable, basically what she was saying, because she's wanted to invest in herself to make the money quickly, I guess, or whatever. And I said, wow, an entrepreneur, cute and an entrepreneur, just sitting there, just having a good time with her. It was good to see her. But, I had her number and I said, hey, let's do lunch or whatever, because we were at a bar. It was like 1 a.m. And I just said, look, I'm tired, so I'm going to go back to my hotel, but I'm going to call you tomorrow, right? Now, me being Suave, these girls are working. I still gave her $20, for her, her time she spent, because we were sitting there catching up for like almost 2 hours. So I gave her like $20 just to do that. She was like really appreciative and, oh, thank you so much. Because like a lot of these young dudes raised in these single family homes, they do not know how to treat women. All they've probably heard in a lot of their households was get money, fuck people over, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying all mothers do that, but what it is I see a lot of mothers, single mothers, love their children so much, they give them a false narrative. Oh, you're going to get Jordans. Oh, you're supposed to have a good Christmas. Oh, it's supposed, like it's just, the stuff is just supposed to appear. And that is happening here in the DR. And so, like I said, I'm not disparaging single mothers, but they give their children a false sense of reality. And then when they're out there on their own, life actually really hits them how it really is, not this false narrative. No, you can't afford $300 Jordans, unless you're doing something to earn those Jordans. They just don't appear, things like that. Dominicans here, the girls, I've noticed, as quickly as they make the money, they spend it. So the girl will come up, she might make $100. She immediately goes to the beauty shop, gets her hair done, she gets her nails done, gets her pedis, goes buy some good food. She's in it to win it. Wow. No different than the United States. No different. So it was a good night. It was good to see her. Fellas, get your passports. I'm just telling you, because in about 3 years, this will not exist anymore. So if you heed my warning, get your passports, because they're going to shut this down. There is no doubt in my mind what is going on as all the construction's coming on. A lot of Russian money here, Chinese money is coming in. They are going to shut this down, and it's not going to exist anymore. It's just like when they shut the Philippines down for the military, the United States military. How many of you guys remember all of those military members that had whole second families in the Philippines that their wives in the States knew nothing about? And the upstanding guys, well, they're really not upstanding, but the point is they fessed up to go get their kids, in that other country or whatever. Yeah, they were served divorce papers. I had a lot of my supervisors and stuff were served divorce papers, but they went to go get their families, and they shut that base down. And then when you talk to younger kids now and you talk about the old days of the military and some of the great bases that were out there that you can go to, these kids do not have a clue of what a gold mine the Philippines was, the Japan was. And, we still got bases in Japan, but a lot of that stuff's been cleaned up. Singapore, Thailand, Germany's still there, whatever. Again, red light districts, all in Europe, Western country. Nobody says a word, but yeah, it was a good night. Chiefs won. Great. So now it's the next day. I am up. I'm going to go to the clinic, do my physical therapy, get my professional massage, walk around. I brought my laptop here with my thruster. So I've been actually flying around the Dominican Republic. Not only did I fly the simulator that one day, cost me $120. Cessna 152. I brought my thruster device, whatever you call it, my controller, so that I can fly here in real time, kind of using the simulator and doing that. And I really enjoy that, because when I have downtime, that's what I do. I'll be flying, and I could be flying for an hour or 2 hours and just seeing things and upgrading my system. But hey, you guys, we didn't have the show on the Dimitri K Show yesterday, but we will be on the podcast tomorrow. Please, please, please look for it. Check it out. It should be up sometime in the afternoon. I'll be doing a podcast later on the day to talk about, again, some of the intricacies of what is going on in the DR. Fellas, the revolution should not be televised, but these kids, they're social media kids. I get it. But young guys, if you're listening to me, please listen to me. When you film this stuff, it eventually will be shut down. Keep it to yourself. All right, Rain, you guys have a great day. We'll see you again next time. Donovan Saadiq, the Inland Empire Informer, also known as the Recovering Democrat. I'm at ground zero. Do not believe what these women are talking about on YouTube. It is not true. And even if it was true, ladies, the cure is what? Act right. Act right. There's no shame in serving your man and doing all the other stuff. If a man wants to share his resources with you, which most real men do, hey, I have yet to meet any woman across the world that doesn't want a man's resources. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.